is Jesse Dean with Jesse Dean Designs, and today we're going to be installing the Jesse Dean Target light for your PT01 or your Vestex Handytracks or your portable turntable. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to have to do is remove the bottom of the turntable. Okay, now that we have the turntable exposed and taken apart, we're going to go ahead and figure where you want to put your pop-up light. So we're going to flip it over on this turntable here. Now, on the factory turntable here, most people, if they cut with your left hand, so let's go and turn this here, cut with your fader this way, you'd probably want to put the pop-up light in this area so it keeps your hand clear over here and also out of the way of the tone arm. But of course you want to put it someplace, so it doesn't hit the tone arm, but it's kind of out of the way for your hand. Now if you're right-handed and you play more with your right hand and so on and so forth, sometimes we recommend to put the pop-up light in this area up in here or even over here. Just want to make sure it's clear. Once we have the tone arm figured out your area that you want, there's a couple spots that we recommend here that makes it easy for wiring. If you look inside, you have a couple spots right here in the battery compartments. It's either in the middle between there or right here or over here. You'll notice that there's the spot for your the felt pad, a little bump in here, but there's a couple spots. I personally like it inside the center of this piece, so we're going to go ahead and drill it in there and I'll show you how. So first thing what we're going to do is move your brown wire, and then if you look inside, you can actually look inside here and actually see the shape of the platter. You want to make sure you give yourself enough room and distance around where it's at, so when you drill through, that you're not going to hit anything, and also give you proper room for the nut to go ahead and put on top of it. So what I recommend to use is a 1/4" drill bit. Any 1/4" drill bit works well for this project. You're not going to need much more than that for put the lid back on the turntable. So when we drill down, we're not putting any pressure on the tone arm. Now once you get with the sharp drill bit and you get your plastic started, it's going to cut the plastic pretty easily, but you're going to be going through and hitting the metal. So what I recommend to do is very carefully hold the metal underneath the faceplate, because when you put pressure down on top of this while you're drilling, it's going to want to pop the plate away from the plastic. So you're going to keep your hands clear, of course, of the drill bit, but hold support on the metal plate while you drill through. So we're now through the metal plate, pretty clear. I'm going to go ahead and now take this and get rid of the shavings. Now if you look at the top of the turntable, you have a simple hole right there next to the pad, and then of course if you look inside here, you can see the hole going straight through right there for the pop-up light. Go ahead and make sure all the plastic is cleared, all the shavings, so on and so forth. Once that part's clear and everything's shaved, go ahead and take your pop-up light and do the nut on it. I'm going to now feed the wires from the top side through the hole. It goes through just like so. So we have a pop-up light where you want it. Now on the back side, we're going to go ahead and now feed usually I put the washer on this, but there's no room for the washer in that spot where we put it, so the nut will should fit nice and tightly inside there. So you feed the 2 wires there through the nut, feed the nut down onto the post itself. Thread the nut onto the pop-up light. Small pair of needle nose pliers works good for this in this area here. Okay, once you get the nut started on here, you can go ahead and now spin the wire and the pop-up light at the same time. Start tightening it down because the nut, where I put it, fits perfectly in the area where it needs to be at. We're going to go ahead and now feed the wire around through here so we can get it to the breakout board where we need it to be at. So what I do is right here on this side of the battery compartment here, I drill a small hole out of the battery compartment. Just big enough without hitting the circuit board. Drill a hole through the battery compartment so the lead can go out and without hitting the circuit board, so you can drill a hole right there. And we feed the feed the wire through the hole. Once the wire's fed, you can go ahead and now push it down inside that plastic, push that down, get everything nice and clean, straight out of there. Now we're ready to terminate the end with the plug that it comes with. Goes on the left side with red goes to the left side, like so. What I use is a small flat screwdriver, and I push those contacts in until they click, just like so. Now we're ready to do the power side. Now as for the power side, some of you have our breakout cable, breakout power adapter, some you don't. So this is going to come with 2 options, one with a power breakout board and one without. If you already have one, you don't have to, you obviously don't need one, but if you don't have one, this is how you install it. You unscrew the one screw by the little red and black, or red and white plug, and just unplug that, like so. And you take our new power board, our breakout, and you screw that to the spot right there. Once that's in there nice and snug, you take the lead off the power board and you run that to the plug on the PT, like so. And then you take the PT01 plug and put it on the very back plug, the very last one toward the screw that says PT on the plug. We're good to go. Now we're going to go ahead and put the pop-up light, or the top plate, back on here and put the pop-up light on there. Now we're going to go ahead and put the put this PT back together. So how we're going to do that is we're going to go ahead and now plug in how we normally plug everything into it. Plug Plug that in, like so. Run the power over with a pop-up light and plug that into the power breakout board. Plug the fader board back together, or the plugs back to the USB. Like so. Make sure that wire is free and clear. Like so. Now we're going to go ahead and test the light with the power cord. Now we got everything plugged in, powered up. I've turned it on. So we have a little pop-up light, or the target light in play.
All up in your mouth, mouth. All up in your mouth.
Flavor.
Word.
I provide mix of action.
All up in your mouth. In your mouth.
Say I'm with
Mouth.
So there we have it. This is the Jesse Dean target light with Jesse Dean designs for your portable turntable. Now you can actually see the grooves and see how you can do it in the dark and at cuts at night, and also in low light. It helps you find where you need to go. This is Jesse Dean again. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.